Does your dog heel sometimes and not other times? Like if you're walking your dog, it's at heel, but then when it gets close to a fire hydrant or a telephone pole, it just lunges out and starts peeing on it. That's not heel. You don't use a potty command? The potty command is so important. I've done so many videos on this. It's related to heel. If you're not using a potty command, your dog's not going to heel. Why would it? Why would it? You're walking down the street with your dog, right? And then you think that the dog is psychically supposed to know when it's okay to go to the bathroom? It's not the way it works. And if your dog is lunging out to pee on things, it's fucking up, it's screwing up. There's a lot of things that can cause this lack of training. Like if your dog isn't heeling proper, do you ever take your dog out? Seriously, do you ever take the dog out and just work it doing heel, like just like this, like Jupie heel, and just do it in a real short area, just making sure that the dog is compliant at heel. If you keep it to a real small area like this, you know you're going to get success. It's going to help the dog learn. Get up. That could be a reason, lack of training. What about the leash you use? Do you use a 6-foot leather? If you watch my videos, you should know that this is the only leash I recommend. For general dog training purposes, walking your dog every day is a 6-foot leather leash. All my clients are sent home with a 6-foot leather leash. I push these on. If I go over to a lesson and for some reason this was destroyed or whatever, and they're using something else, I'm like, fuck, let's get you a leash. You need a 6-foot leather leash. I give leashes to clients that want them, you know, like for other things in training, like say Bowser's dad, I gave him a 20-foot leather check cord. But if he was walking around with Bowser on a daily, if he was walking around with Bowser on the street with a 20-foot check cord, Bowser's not going to heel. That's not the leash you use for that. That's specifically for something. What about something like this, a real short leash, leather leash, a traffic lead? Do you use this to walk your dog and you're having problems with the dog heeling? Yeah, because that's not what this is used for. How many times in my videos do I talk about the importance of the 6-foot leather leash? Don't you you know what this is for? This is great for something like this. Jupe, sit. We're in the house. I'm training the dog to do something. I want him to drag a leash. I use something like this. It's real short. It's not going to get in his way. I can pick it up. That's what that traffic lead is used for. It's got applications in training. If a client wanted one, I'd get him one, but I'm not recommending that they walk the dog with that. Here's another example why this would be a stupid thing. It's just logical. Watch this. You're going to use a lead like that to walk your dog. Okay? I'm going to show you why that's stupid. If you have trouble with the dog lunging at things, of course, if you're going to use a traffic lead like this, here, Jupe, heel. So say we come out of the building. We're in the city, and there's right in front of this is a fire hydrant, okay? And I'm going to have the dog, I'm going to release the dog with a potty command, of course, so he knows that he can pop out a heel. If you don't use the potty command, the dog will never know that it should pop out a heel, okay? They're not psychic. So I have him on this short traffic lead, right? And I say, Jupie, hurry, hurry. Did you see what happened? As soon as he got out, there's tension on the lead. That drives dogs forward. You never use a leash like this. It's going to happen every time. In the morning, if the dog has to pee, you know, you're putting tension on the leash. The leash is supposed to be loose. If it's tight like that, it drives the dog forward. Your dog isn't going to heel. Your dog's not going to heel. Like, this can't be really that hard. Jupie, here. Sit. It's not appropriate to walk your dog with one of these a flexi lead, a nylon leash, a chain. It's a 6-foot leather leash. It's like pulling teeth. 6 foot. What, you have problems getting used to the 6-foot leather leash? You don't like the way you're supposed to hold it? Well, you better get used to it. There's a right way to hold this leash and a wrong way, okay? This is for your thumb. You never put your wrist in it. You never put your wrist in it. You're going to get drug around. You totally get drug around by the dog. The point is this. If you 6 foot. If you have 6-foot leather leash, right? You go down to about the distance of a traffic lead, right? That's short. But then when I release the dog and I give him the potty command, I can let leash out. I'm not putting tension on the leash, and I got enough leash. If he starts, going a little bit too far, I can correct him real quick without getting tension. Jupie, here. Or hurry. You see what I'm saying? Jupe, no. There's no tension. He's sniffing around. Jupie, heel. No, heel, dude. And then as the dog comes back in, once again, I gain control. We're back into about the size of a traffic lead. If I need more leash, I let it out. It's about control and common sense. Why would I be sending dogs home, and why would I harangue about the 6-foot leather leash if it wasn't important? If you use this is like a shock absorber too, leather. If this was, here Jupe, here, get up there, buddy. If this was, say, nylon, it's not. It's weighted wrong. It's just screwed up. That's some of the reasons why your dog isn't gonna, why your dog might heel properly, not be healing proper. If you don't get the dog to heel proper, your dog's gonna be a mess. If you're not making the dog wait before it goes outside, it's a door. It's a point of positive reinforcement. Is the dog ahead of you? Is the dog ahead of you when you leave your house and you're gonna take it for that walk? You're setting the stage right there at the door. It should be at sit, it should be calm. If it's excited going through the door, it's not gonna heel. Another cause for your dog not to heel could be just lack of training or no training. Did you ever take the dog out and train the dog at heel? I'm not talking about you going on a walk and you trying to correct the dog and make it heel. I'm talking about having the dog heel in a 10 or 15 foot area. Did you do that? That's what you need to do. You don't train the dog to heel on a walk, okay? And if you're spending 45 minutes walking your dog, you're not helping the dog. 5-10 minutes of training is much better than, let the dog go to the bathroom and then do 5 or 10 minutes of training. But to work the dog at heel, Finn, you work it in a very small area and just go back and forth, making sure that you're getting success. Heel, no, heel. And the dog gets into the rhythm, and the dog knows what you're working on because you're staying in one area. You have to do that. And if you did a board and train, and the dog comes back and you're not going to work with it, you sort of wasted your money. That's why people do board and trains, to get the hard work done so that they can start working the dog. Training's the lifetime of your dog. You do more when the dog is young. Finn, here. Good boy, Jupie. Here, spin around here. You train the dog more when it's young. Or if it comes back from a board and train, you do it more. And as they get older, you can do it less. That's like lack of training or improper training. If you want your dog to heel, and you're just gonna go out and you're gonna start yanking at the leash, thinking, oh, that dog's gonna learn how to heel because I'm gonna be negative when it doesn't heel. That's not how it's worked. Take the dog out and work it in a 10-foot area. If your dog lunges, you have to have elements of control. You know that the dog is going to go here, Finn, heel. You know, as you're leaving the building, you know that the dog is going to go to the bathroom on this fire hydrant right over here. So as I'm walking up to the fire hydrant, I know he's going to do this. So I'm looking and I'm ready because he's going to pop out a heel. I take him out there every morning. My dog pees on the fire hydrant, but he lunges when we get close. Oh, I've seen it a million times. And then the owner's being drugged like this. It's fucking stupid. Don't let your dog do that. Don't let your dog do that. And remember, like with the little leash, when there's tension on the leash, you're not training the dog to heel, you're training the dog to pull. So if you're not using a potty command or whatever, you're foolish. You're foolish. You want your dog to heel, you gotta use a potty command and you have to use common sense. You know it's been lunging out, right? So this time, when I wake up this morning, I'm gonna be like, I don't want my dog doing that. I'm gonna watch him. As I'm walking over towards the fire hydrant or whatever, I see the dog's popping out a heel. No, heel. I give him a correction. No, heel. Right? As I get even closer, Finn, here. I go, sit. Now I'm 3 feet away from the fire hydrant. No, I said sit. I'm 3 feet away from the fire hydrant. He's sitting. I'm gonna release him. Finn, hurry, hurry. And then he can sniff around. He doesn't need to, he just went to the bathroom. I hope this makes sense. You have to do it. If your dog isn't healing, it's gonna be a freaking mess. You're looking at aggression, fearfulness, all these issues. You put the dog in a position being out ahead of you, it makes the dog a mess because the dog is in a position of authority. You want the dog to think it's in charge. They don't think, but that's how they're going to respond. Here, Finn, get back up here. Get up there, buddy. Sit. Here's another thing. This is big. This is something Jupie's mom did a while ago, and that's that she stopped using the e-collar. So she did a board and train just to get him e-collar conditioned, and we also taught him a bunch of other stuff. But if you get your dog e-collar conditioned and you just think that like this doesn't impact the dog, this isn't going to help influence the dog, that's your mistake. It is. And you can't just put them back on the dog. They need to be reconditioned. So, Jupie's mom spent money getting him, reconditioned. You put it on daily. It's an element of control. The dog's calmer with it. It's more obedient. Why would you not use this? Seriously, why would you not use this? This move, but Finn's responding under 10. A human can't even feel it until like 15. Why would you not use this? Your dog's been e-collar conditioned and you look at, I don't need to put that thing on. You're wasting your money and your dog's behavior is going to be horrible. Absolutely horrible. They're not going to listen. If your dog is not healing, don't go out and buy one of these because you won't know how to do it. You can't get the damn dog to heal proper. This isn't going to make your dog heal. That's not what this is used for. But if it is e-collar conditioned, you keep putting this on the dog until the dog is fully trained. And if you're an owner that you just want a better behaved dog, you don't have the time to get the dog off leash, which takes work. That takes work. It's easy for me to get the dog off leash, but you owners, you do have problems because you have jobs. You don't want to invest that much time in the dog. Okay, I get it. So say you're like that. I don't have time to do all that training to get the dog off leash. I just want a dog that's obedient. Keep fucking putting this on. Come on. What's the problem? You're going to have less issues. Life is going to be easier for the dog. Even if the dog really isn't ready to go off leash, if you're in the country and you have this on, the dog's going to be obedient. You can have it off leash. That's a good way to start seeing if you're into spending the extra time with your dog to get it off leash. Take it to the country. See if you can sort of make it obedient, off leash. Let it drag the leash. It's foolish. Why anybody would not use one of these, I don't know. He's on 10. You can't feel it at 10. Why would it matter? It has a positive effect upon him. It does. It has a positive effect upon him, and it has a positive effect upon all dogs. Every dog. The e-collar seems to have like a positive influence upon them. And if you're an owner, then you know you do stupid shit. Don't let your dog up on a couch or anything like that, but if you do those things that screw up the dog's status, this helps keep the dog's status in check, because you always have that element of control. They know it's on, and they know you can turn it on, but they also know that they can turn it off by being compliant. If your dog isn't healing, you know, and your dog is e-collar conditioned, put this thing in your pocket, okay? Because that's not how you're going to get the dog to heal. This is used sort of when the dog is being good. Like say I was taking Finn, hypothetically, Finn is my dog, which he's not, he's a client. But I'm gonna take out my dog and my dog isn't healing, you know? I don't go out there and when he lunges at something, I hit the button. I wouldn't do that. It's hard putting me in the hypothetical owner because, you know, it's like everybody seems to use their own human experiences in relationship to the dog, and they're nothing like you. So me as a hypothetical owner, they're like, oh, you all right, Jupe? It's a little hot out today, and it's sit. I know that he's gonna do this, so I'm ready for the dog. Here, heel. He's compliant. He's compliant for me. So I'm walking up to the fire hydrant or whatever. I know he's going to do this. He's speeding up. Right when he starts speeding up, no, heel. If he starts speeding up again, no, heel, sit. I'll use attrition. Once he's sitting, I'm about 3 or 4 feet away from the space. You know that he's going to pee. I have this in my thumb. I have it in my thumb. I don't have it like this, because the dog will drag me. And then when I release him, I pay close attention if he starts, here, Finn, hurry. No, you can, okay, heel. He's already gone to the bathroom, but if Finn was like walking around or whatever, and it looked like he was gonna start putting tension on the leash, make it tight, you don't want the leash tight. So right before that, I'd give him a correction and say no. So it stays loose. If you have your leash, if it ever gets tight, you know, like say I'm going out of the building and I don't know what I'm doing, and my dog is like, he's walking over towards where he usually pees, and then all of a sudden he runs out and he's on a leash, he's fucking dragging me. Yeah, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse, and every year it's gonna get worse. Every day it's gonna get worse. You're conditioning the dog to pull you. You want the dog to pull you, it's not going to heal. You really, if you're having problems with your dog, the best thing that you can do is take the dog out and walk it in a small space doing heel. You know, heel. 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 No, heel. Heel. Here. Come here, Jupe. So, here, you get on this one. Sit. Finn, you get up here. It doesn't matter if you have 2 dogs or 3 dogs, they all heal on the left-hand side. And you want the dogs to heal, you got to do the work. You can't expect them to just heal on their own. There is no magic wand. If you spent money getting your dog, you know, doing a board and train, that's so that you can work with the dog. If you're having problems with anything, contact the dog trainer and ask them, what's up? My dog's not healing. They'll probably ask you a few questions and they'll, oh, well, your dog's not healing because of this, you know, but please be assured, if you don't use a potty command with your dog, it'll never heal. They're not psychic. How is it gonna know? Okay? How's it gonna know? Oh, it's at heel, and then it's just supposed to know, okay, this is the place I want you to go, not that place. No, fuck no. Dogs are opportunists. There's a fire hydrant right there. It's gonna take a piss. It's gonna lunge out and drag you. Remember, every time it gets that leash gets gets tension on the leash, you're training the dog to pull you. You're training the dog not to heel. Use a proper leash. If your dog was e-collar conditioned, keep putting the e-collar on the dog, even if you don't want to invest the time getting your dog off leash. Your dog is still going to be better behaved if you keep putting the e-collar on the dog daily. This isn't that fucking hard. And the whole thing about the leash, if you watch my videos, countless times people contact me. And they're talking about this. I'm like, well, what kind of leash are you using? I'm using mountain climbing rope. Fucking dumb fuck. It's 6 foot leather leash. You need a 6 foot leash. And no, it isn't a 5 foot leash. Do I ever say use a 5 foot leather leash? No. Never. Never. Do I say use a traffic lead? No. Have I given owners traffic leads? Yes. But I don't tell them to use it on a daily basis. It's ridiculous. I push these 6 foot leather leashes on people for a fucking reason, man. I feel like I'm pulling teeth. You know? Everybody that does a board and train, I go over the potty command, okay? I go over the potty command in videos. You need to use a potty command or your dog will not heel. Is it true? Sit. No, sit. Sit. Okay. Okay, Finn, come on. Finn, here. Finn, here, come on. Nice! That's good, dude. Come on, Finn. Oh, yeah. Finn, here. Come on, here. That's a good try, dude. Here. Go, get it. No. Jupie shows like absolutely no aptitude. Remember, if it's sunny out, don't work the dog for a long time doing frisbee or any retrieves. The first sign of the dog being tired, stop. Okay, stop. Jupie is sitting over there in the shade watching. This is no shit. Finn's tired, we're done. Really, get your dog to heel. Spend the time with your dog. You're better off spending time with your dog doing something positive than just walking the dog for 45 minutes. You are not helping the dog, okay? That doesn't help. Sorry, you know? Walking's easy, training's hard. You have a dog, you need to train it and get it to heel. While we're playing frisbee, look at what Jupie's doing. Grandmaster Jupie's just sitting over here in the shade, right? He's like, fuck the frisbee. I'm not doing that shit. He's a Cocker Spaniel. He doesn't handle the heat as well as Finn, that's for sure. He doesn't. You know, he's an English Cocker. He's not. Finn, the Australian Shepherd, he's just absolutely, you know, this is what they excel at is frisbee. If I was gonna have a frisbee dog, that's exactly what I would get. I would not get an English Cocker. If I wanted to hunt woodcock, I'd get an English Cocker. Right, Jupie? Or if I wanted to have a ridiculous dog and like Jupie and hunt Sasquatch, yeah, then I'd get an English Cocker. Jupie is not interested in frisbee. It's hot. We're going in. I got to work with some other dogs. These guys are just chilling with me. I got training clients I need to work with. Jupie, you want to hunt Sasquatch? Is it around here? Do you smell it? Does it stink like Bigfoot?